This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the 8th Annual Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me right now is Jim McDonald from Kootenay Silver Inc. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, KTN on the TSX Venture and KOOYF in the U.S. Jim, welcome to SNNLive.
Yeah, good to be back, Robert.
It's great to have you back. So, for our audience, let's get an overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
All right, so Kootenay Silver is a silver exploration company focused primarily in northern Mexico. We've got 3 different discoveries to our credit so far, and we're continuing to look for more and grow those assets.
So I think the last time we had you on was at this conference last year. So, I want every single news release update. I'm just kidding. But, maybe some of the highlights as to what's been going on in the company since then.
Yeah, okay, so a number of things. The biggest highlight is on our La Cigarra flagship project in Parral Mining District. We did some drilling there this year. We've extended the silver mineralization beyond the resource for a full 1,000 meters, a full kilometer. So we can see that resource is going to get bigger along that trend. And more recently, mapping has extended that structure for another kilometer beyond that. So that's 2 kilometers of further potential for growth there on beyond a deposit that has a total strike length of 2.3 kilometers. So lots more silver to be found there and added to the current resource.
So one question I had for you, because we've had you on now a couple times, and in times like these in the metals markets, companies have had to either pivot, shift their focus. So for you, in your company, what you guys have going on here, what's your business strategy when the metals market is as it is currently?
Well, these kind of markets are challenging for exploration companies because of access to capital. It is difficult, but there are also tremendous opportunities as well. It's these sorts of markets when you're able to acquire top quality properties and assets at very reasonable prices that you never see otherwise. And we've arrived at that point again where you're starting to see just incredible opportunities to get into good properties quite cheaply. And so we're starting to we're taking advantage of that. We just acquired a thing called Copalito in Sinaloa State, big vein system, never been drilled, really good values at surface, and we're looking at some others at the same time.
What goes into evaluating a property to see that, now during these metals markets is a better time to actually look at it than other times?
Well, it's a matter of opportunity and years of experience and a real good team on the ground. So when you see a good project, you know it. You can see what the upside is. You can see what it could turn into with drilling. That's the first step, is being able to identify the good asset. The other thing is that those good assets in a good market have a lot of competition for them, and they're hard to get, and the prices are high. Now, there's so much disinterest, you can get into these things, very little competition going on, and you get in them very cheaply. These are the kind of markets when you grow the company, you add asset value. It's the ideal time.
Even from the majors? I would still think in these times the majors would have a very similar mindset, So how does, as a junior mining company, are you able to capitalize on it faster, I guess?
Well, yeah, big companies, slower bureaucracy, slower decision-making is one. But also they're producing companies, and sometimes they're struggling with making money when the metal prices are low, so they're more focused on their operations than on acquisitions. So there's a mix that goes on there.
So then from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's value catalysts moving into 2019?
Well, so we're looking to, at this new project, we're doing a lot of surface sampling, getting it ready for drilling, expect to move it on to a drill stage. There may be another important acquisition before the end of the year. We've been working on something that we hope to close by then. And then we're also doing groundwork, preparing for another round of drilling on La Cigarra.
And where can our audience go and find more information about Kootenay Silver?
Well, you can go to our website, www.kootenaysilver.com, and you can find it all there.
And that's KOOTENAY silver.com. My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the 8th Annual Precious Metals Summit here in Beaver Creek. With me again is Jim McDonald from Kootenay Silver Inc. It's a publicly traded company. The symbols are KTN on the TSX Venture and KOOYF in the U.S. Jim, as always, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Robert. Pleasure.